Hey guys, it's Johan. Just back with another video. So I thought we could do a mindfulness meditation today. I'd like to take you through a few different aspects of the practice. We'll start with a short body scan, what's known as a body scan, where we are just running our attention through our bodies, checking in with ourselves and seeing how we're feeling. Then we'll go on to listening to some sounds around us and also noticing the silence around us, before then really trying to narrow our attention down to our breathing. And I'm leaving a little sort of window towards the end where we'll practice that together, just really trying to narrow our focus down to the breath, to all the sensations of our body's breathing. So if you want to just take a few moments to get yourself comfortable, then we'll make a start. So, to begin this meditation, just gently close and soften your eyes. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Relax your stomach. Again, it's more important to be comfortable than to sit in any particular way. But it is helpful in meditation to keep your posture fairly upright. This just sets the tone for mindfulness, for meditation, and for a sense of watchfulness, of alertness and attentiveness. Take a few deep breaths. See if you can just check in with yourself. How do you feel in this moment? How does your body feel? Is there any prominent mood in your body and mind? Sometimes feelings are not easy to categorize, to name. Sometimes we simply lack the language required to describe what we feel. Feelings in the body can be very vague and distant, or very obvious and prominent, along with, of course, everywhere in between. You might start by bringing the light of your attention into the very tips of your toes and slowly work your way through the body from there. How do your feet feel? Then from the feet, move your attention into your lower legs, then your upper legs, slowly up to your hips, your stomach, your chest, rising and falling with each breath. How does your lower back feel? And your upper back? Now notice how your shoulders feel. Before slowly moving along the length of your arms. To your hands and fingers. Now bring your attention slowly up into your neck, up to your jaw, and then the rest of your head, front and back. Now, I'd like you to see if you can feel the energy of your entire body as a unified whole. If you can focus clearly enough on the sensations of your body, without thinking about each body part, without picturing it in your mind, but just being aware of the raw sensations. The sense of your body's shape can diminish somewhat, and you can simply be mindful of the energy coursing through you, animating your physical form. I once heard the spiritual teacher Alan Watts use an analogy of a sailor at sea to explain how it's always important for us to feel what's really going on in our bodies, for us to be aware of our true inner feeling. He said something to the effect of, no matter what direction the sailor wishes to travel in, he must always use the wind. He beautifully describes how though your inner feeling might not be something wise to act on, it must always be felt, acknowledged, accepted. It's when we resist what we're really feeling, resist the wind, that we can find ourselves in dangerous waters. For example, it's often unacknowledged fear that can lead to anger. unacknowledged anger that can lead to violence. It's only through fully acknowledging and accepting our true inner feeling, whatever it might be, that we can have the freedom of choice. Choice over how we respond to it. Notice how I use the word respond here, as opposed to the word react. Now, I ask that you turn your attention to any sounds finding themselves into the field of your awareness. What sounds can you hear? Perhaps you can hear the breeze gently caressing your window, or maybe the noise of people talking in the next room, the electric buzz of an appliance, or of the lights in your room. Or it could just be the sound of my voice and the sound of your body breathing. Whatever it is, see if you can just receive the sounds encroaching on your awareness for the next few moments. Now, I'd like you to see if you can notice the silence around you. The silence from which the sounds came, and the silence to which they return. Can you just notice it? When you become aware of the silence around you, it's natural to feel a sense of inner silence, of inner stillness, for your thinking mind to quiet down somewhat. It's actually quite difficult to be aware of and focused on external silence, yet internally noisy and full of thought at the same time. And so, just noticing silence as you go about your day can be a helpful exercise in mindfulness. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing, there is always some silence around. Whether it be an open space in which you're alone, or merely just the gaps between each breath you take, or the gaps between the words leaving the mouth of another, there is always some silence, reminding you that you too can be silent inside, at peace within yourself. This also applies to physical space. We tend to focus on the objects in a room or a space. Perhaps see if you can focus instead on the space between the objects, the space in which they are appearing. Next, I ask that you bring your attention to the breath. Can you just drop everything else, everything other than the sensations of your body breathing in and breathing out? As you bring attention to the breath and try to keep it there, it's perfectly normal for thoughts to arise, announcing themselves in the mind, uninvited. There is nothing wrong with thoughts themselves, but it's our relationship with thinking that we are trying to improve in meditation. Many, if not most, if not all of us, have an unhealthy relationship with thinking, in that we do not know how to shut off our minds. Instead of using thinking, thinking is using us. Excessive thinking can distance us not only from the present moment, the here and now, but also from our fellow human beings and the world around us. Meditation is the tool that can help us repair this dysfunctional relationship. See if you can focus your attention on the place in the body where you feel the breath most clearly. as soon as you realize a thought has entered your mind, that you've been distracted from the breath, just kindly and gently bring your attention back to your breathing, letting the present thought slip away. Soon enough, you'll be distracted again, but that's okay. Just repeat the process. This simple act of beginning again, of being distracted by a thought, before returning our attention to the object of our meditation, in this case, the flow of breath, is the essence of mindfulness. For the next few minutes, let's just try and practice this together. Bring your attention into the breath and hold it there as clearly and attentively as you can. When you notice you've become distracted, lost in thought, just simply begin again. Let the current thought dissolve and return to the breath. Around every 30 seconds, I'm going to play a sound, just as a reminder that however lost in thought you may have become, however lost in past and future, you can always simply begin again, bringing yourself back to the present moment and back to the breath. Now, I invite you to just drop all efforts. Just allow your mind to go where it wants to. If you're finding this very difficult and becoming frustrated, try not to give yourself a hard time. Mindfulness takes practice, and everyone struggles with quieting the mind to begin with. When you're ready, I ask that you slowly start bringing your attention back to the room. And in your own time, after a few more deep breaths, open your eyes and reconnect with the space around you. Yeah, well done, guys. That was actually a bit of a longer one today, but I hope you got on okay with it. And yeah, for anyone who's sort of stuck around and done, I've got a few, I've got 3 meditations up now. For anyone who's had a go at any of them, I really hope it's been helpful. And yeah, you're seeing some of the benefit that can come with just really sitting down and observing your own mind. You know, it's really is that simple. And yeah, it really is one of those things where the harder you work at your meditation and mindfulness and the more effort you put in, the more you get back out. So yeah, thanks a lot, guys, and yeah, take care. Thanks.